What the Sam heck? It's time for another weekend roundup. Let's get right into this one. Here we go.
Saturday morning, walking to the bus, gonna go to a little language exchange excursion to a lake, Montanejos. It's like a lake and a hot springs. I'm gonna do a little hike with the group and then hang out at the lake. It sounds like that's what the day is. You just pay to go on these little excursions with people through the language exchange, which is pretty fun. So we meet up near the Valencia football stadium. And so walking there, I walk everywhere. You can take the bus and it's only like €2, or you can get the Metro Sumo card thing, which lets you get on it, but I really try to walk a lot of places. This was about a 30-minute walk. One, I just really like the walks, especially in the morning. It's so like quiet here in the mornings, and like the sun's coming up, and I get to know the city a little better and like where I'm going. So I like to walk. So we're walking there. Hopefully it'll be super fun. Here's the football stadium. Pretty cool. I gotta go to a game here. I need to go to one. It'd be so fun. And then that's where we meet, the bus. Football.
Okay, so here we jump into the bus, which my last trip, the bus was silent. No one talked. They just like put in their headphones, did their own thing. On this bus, everyone immediately starts talking to the person next to them, which is the point of these groups. It's to get to know people. You're supposed to be speaking in the language you're trying to learn, but it's a lot of English being spoken. And so we get going. The guy next to me was from Argentina, which was really cool. So we talked, and then so I didn't get much footage of the drive, but you go up this like really windy spot at one point to get up to the lake, and this bus driver is like yeeting it around these corners. He is going for it. And I mean, my Reno Tahoe people, we know how those windy roads are, so it didn't really bug me. But I was in the back of the bus, just about. I was 3 rows from the back. All of a sudden, we just hear this poor little girl. She probably was like 7 or 8. Vomited on the bus as we're going up. So here we are, and of course, as you know, vomits, it smells. So here I am just trying to breathe through just my mouth, because I did not want to smell it, because your girl can deal with a lot, but not, ugh. Anyway, luckily, we stopped pretty soon after that to get, a little bathroom break and a coffee, of course, coffee con leche, and a croissant if you wanted that. I didn't get anything, but it was just a quick stop. And luckily, when we got back on the bus, it still kind of smelled like vomit, but luckily we only had 15 minutes to go, basically. So we just go 15 minutes up, and we get dropped off at our start of the hike, and we get going. So I'll show you guys that now. So we started in this really pretty wooded area. It had lots of pine trees, beautiful. Then we found this really cool cave. It was really, really big, and we could go down into that dark spot down in the corner, and it was really cool. Kind of scary, but you could go down inside of it. Not too far into it, so some of us went and did that. Looking up into it, here is inside that spot. It's kind of hard to see. It was dark, there wasn't much to see, but it was kind of cool to go into that. Someone said they saw a bat. And then we went on our little hike again, and we came along this river, and you kind of keep going through this area, and then we went through another cave, which was actually really cool. Through the cave. And then you come out, you're along the river here. It was really pretty. The water was like a green color, which was cool. this is where we stopped and had some lunch or some snack. And it just was beautiful. Those holes in the wall are the road, so people could get out of their cars and look. And we continued our hike, and we went to the lake portion. This was supposed to be the lake. It's more of a river, but that's fine. And we swam up the river and saw these really pretty views. It said that it was a hot springs, but the water was really cold with semi-hot spots, but it was not warm. This was the waterfall, which was a trickle, which I thought it would be bigger, but it was probably just off season. But we got to hang out here for a little bit. We walked around, saw some fishies. So after the fishies, we pretty much just headed back up to the bus. I wasn't very good about recording stuff on this trip, but it was really beautiful. And it was really cool because a lot of people were from all over. I met someone from Romania, from England, from New Zealand, London. There was people from everywhere. Another person from America. So these trips are fun because you meet people you never thought you'd meet from all over the world. There was a girl from South Africa. So super cool. And on the way home, I actually sat next to the guy who knew the little girl who puked, and he said she like didn't even know it was coming. Just hit her. And so he was from New York, and it was really fun to talk to him because he lives in New York, but he like lives half the year in Buenos Aires and was here visiting his friend and his friend's daughter. So it was really cool. And then once I got back, it was like 8 p.m. so I went straight to bed. And then let's see what I did on Sunday. The next morning, woke up and took a nice little stroll around Valencia. I had a workout class I had signed up for at the Feet Core place, which was basically kind of like Pilates, but everything was slow movement. And then after that, I treated myself to some breakfast. So the funny thing about that Feet Core class that I signed up for was that I was literally the only one who was there because it was a 9 a.m. class, and people in Spain don't really wake up that early, is my assumption. But the guy still had class with me. He was a really good instructor. It was basically on a Pilates reformer, but slightly different, and everything was meant to be slow. So like the movements were slow, and he kept having to remind me of that. He's like, slower. And I was like, okay, I'm in pain, but okay. So it was really hard because I am not, usually when I work out, I am not going slow. I want to get them done. But it was really good. He was really nice. And all his intention was on me because I was the only one. So there was no slacking being done. But really good. And then on my way back to the apartment, I decided to stop and treat myself to that brunch. And I love Spain because they have to have dessert with everything. Either a coffee and a dessert. You can have both. And so this was brunch. This was 10:30 in the morning, and I was like, yes, I am gonna have some cake. But it was like a package deal. For 15 euros, I got a coffee, a lemonade, the Benedict, and then the cake. And I mean, you could choose what you wanted, but that was the deal, their brunch deal for 15 euro. And it was super good. And then the rest of the day, I did some meal prepping, some cleaning, chores. It was the first weekend I felt kind of like back to myself, getting into a routine and not feeling so like anxious and like, what the Sam heck did I do? Moving across the world, getting more comfortable here, which if you knew me growing up, I was the kid who would go to her friend's house to have a sleepover, and they would have to call my parents to come pick me up in like the middle of the night. Not even the middle of the night, when it was bedtime. Because I was like, nope, can't do it. So all those people who knew me are probably surprised I don't live with my parents and that I was able to move across the world. And that I need to call my mom to come pick me up. It hasn't fully gone away, but I'm feeling better. And that weekend was like my first weekend where I was like, okay, I don't need to be out keeping my mind busy. I could just sit in my space, get to know my room and my apartment, and just get back to me, which was kind of actually nice. But yeah, that was what I did that weekend, so what the Sam heck? I'll see you soon.